So in the build today, we're going to make an overgrown enchanting table. We'll start with the enchanting table in the middle, and this will be the main entrance direction from where we're currently standing. So from the enchanting table, we're going to come back to the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks, and then off the back side, go 1, 2, skip 1 for now, but that's 3, 4, 5, and 6, and this one just extends a little bit for decoration on the ground. So anywhere where you see these trapdoors, these are all going to be waterlogged trapdoors, so we can put coral fans on top of them to add a little color to the build. And that is something that only works in Java Edition. So if you play Bedrock, you can skip the trapdoors on the ground. You can just replace those with more podzol or coarse dirt. Or if you like how just the trapdoors look, you can place them there, but there's no need to waterlog them. So going from the center again, off to the right side, we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. Off the left side, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And the rest of this isn't too critical for you to follow precisely. This is just to have a dappled brown color on the ground to make it a little more interesting than just a patch of grass. So if you'd prefer to have grass on the ground and not all of these brown blocks, then by all means you can absolutely skip this. But if you want to follow along exactly, I will still be slowly placing these blocks. Where these blocks are dirt over here is where stone for the wall surrounding this will go. So those you can just have be grass blocks. They will turn back to dirt and they won't be visible. But if you want to truly follow exactly what I'm doing, then I'm at least giving you the option to. So this is, if we're looking from the front, going towards the back, turning to the left. We'll start in the back right. Oh. Sometimes I forget to turn the daylight cycle off. And for the last corner, looking from the front towards the back on the left side, just following this out of it. Again, you do not have to follow this exactly. If at any point the video is going too fast, you can always play it in a slower speed. If my voice is too annoying, you can always mute the video and listen to music. And if there's any way you think I can improve, please leave a comment down below. I do stream a lot of these builds on Twitch, which will be linked in the description if you want to help me out while I build things live. That would be pretty cool. Otherwise, we'll just continue from here on out. So on top of this trapdoor, on the back right of the enchanting table, we have to hold shift to place a coral fan. The specific coral fan doesn't really matter. I just like how red goes with this build. Got a brown mushroom on the left, red mushroom 2 on the back, brown mushroom on the right, brown mushroom coming off the front. So 2 off from the back of the enchanting table, we'll start the bookshelves. 2 to the corner, 4 along the side, diagonal 1 to the front, space 1, 1 to the left of that, and symmetric to the right side. Now we'll start with the left in the front. Again, if the mossy stuff is too hard for you to get. It does look nice because of the extra green added in, but you can always use cobblestone or stone brick. It doesn't specifically matter all that much. And we got a slab, 2 stone bricks. It doesn't matter. Again, these specifics don't really matter all that much. Whatever leaves you get should look perfectly fine. The spruce leaves might look the strangest, but it really shouldn't stick out all that much. Stairs to the back, stone brick, slab, and stairs looking towards the front attached to the back of that. This is a relatively haphazard wall. There's not much that is necessary to follow precisely. Like, you can skip any of these blocks in order to replace them for another one. The build will still look perfectly fine. So don't be too afraid about messing up a little bit. Got a slab on the side. Stairs to the back, bricks attached to that, stairs to the middle, slab in the middle, stairs towards the outside, full cobblestone block, stairs towards the center with a full block, stairs, slab, and on the side of that, again, we have to shift to place the coral fan. And I'll quickly place these other mushrooms. This build is a lot more organic than most of the houses or the airship. So you can freely change up a lot of this and it'll still look great. The airship, though, if you make part of the hull a bit more square, it'll look kind of funky. All the grass around the outside was just bone mealed in afterwards, so that doesn't matter specifically at all. Just throw some bone meal around this at the end to ensure that it looks grown over. So in this corner in the front, place a trapdoor and flip it up. And then towards the back, we'll place another trapdoor. This one we can waterlog, which will allow us to place a coral fan on the side of it, while shifting, of course. Then on the sides of the bookshelves here, we'll place some trapdoors. And there's none on the back so far, or the front, so we're good to move on to the next layer. So on top of the 2 bookshelves in the front, we can place 2 trapdoors. 1 trapdoor on the bookshelf in the very back. And then to the right of that, we have stacked up 2 more bookshelves, 1 trapdoor, and a bookshelf on the front corner. On the sides and backs of these trapdoors, we'll be attaching more spruce trapdoors. Just because I think the trapdoor is a bit of a nicer texture than the bookshelf itself. The ender chest there makes enchanting things very convenient. 2 more bookshelves and a trapdoor attached to the side of that one. And then we're good for the middle section. Coming off the right side on the front, above the trapdoor, we're going to put a slab just to cover up that water. We're going to put a mossy stone wall, a fence, and some stone bricks. Then we're going to switch up the walls over here just to provide a bit more variation in texture. Then a stair and a wall, cobblestone block, stairs to the back, and wall attached to that. Then we have a freestanding wall in the back. On the left side, going back towards the front, we're going to have 2 walls, a full block, a stair facing towards the middle, a wall, 2 slabs, 1 leaf block on top of the previous one, 1 stair block towards the middle, a leaf on top of the slab from before, wall on top of that block, stone bricks on top of the cobblestone, and then an end rod. The end rod is the base of the mushroom lamps, which will be providing most of the light for this build. So as you can see, going up the next level, we'll just be placing a red mushroom block. So it looks like we have a small mushroom that still provides us with a lot of light, and we'll have a couple of these dotted around the outside. So on top of all of the remaining bookshelves, we're going to put trapdoors. The orientation of them doesn't matter all that much. You can switch it up or keep them in line with each other if you want. On top of the wall from before, we're putting an end rod. Slab on top of that stone, just for height variation. And the fence going up is to attach the overhang that has all of the leaves growing off of it. We have an end rod attached to this back wall. Wall on top of the brick. End rod on top of our lone pillar. Wall on top of our wall from before. Slab on that. Fence on the previous wall. Leaves on leaves. Leaves on leaves. Fence on wall. And wall on full block. Then we're going up another layer. We're going to complete all of the end rod lamps that we see. Continue the fence post up. Continue the fence up. We have a leaf on the inside, a leaf on the outside. Complete that lamp. Another fence post on the new wall. 1 leaf block and air gap above the stairs. Mushroom light over here. Fence on top of the wall in the back. Leaves coming off. It will look nicer the more variance you have in leaf textures. So if you want to use a lot of different leaf types, that would actually be really great. But by no means do you have to. You can use all oak leaves if that's most convenient for you. It'll still look really good. Leaf block coming off at an angle from that one, and fence on top of the wall. And the next layer up. We have a lot more leaves hanging around everywhere. So 1 diagonal on the front of this mushroom lamp. Fence on top of our fence. Fence on top of fence. Leaf block towards the middle. Leaf block towards the outside. Fence going up again. Leaf block going up. Leaf going up on this side. Fence going up. Leaf going up. Fence going up. Leaf on the inside part going up. Air block and another leaf. Leaf going up on this one. The fence is increasing in height. And from that fence in the front, 1 angled towards the front for another hanging leaf. The leaves are mostly what are going to look like vines on this build. So we can increase those in height, which is why they're going to be attached over the top of this and hanging down a little bit on all sides. So from the front, right side, we're going to increase the spruce fence by 1, go towards the front by 1, which will go over top of the red mushroom, and then attached to the side of this, we will have fence gates. So if you look at the correct angle, you can attach gates to each other, side to side. But if you're at too great of an angle, it'll put it horizontal, or perpendicular to the path that we want to go. So if this is okay with you, you can attach them this way, or we can grab a supporting block. You could place them all across like this, and then place your fences against the supporting block, if that's easier for you. Either way works fine. Fence on top of the fence on top of the previous fence, and then we are going to attach those fences together with another fence. And on this back side, as long as we hold shift, we can attach all of the gates by clicking on the back gate or the front side gate, however you want to think about it. Leaves on the outside. In the middle, we're going to go 3 leaves through the center, 1 to the left side, continuing up the left side stack by 1, the right side stack going up 1 and into the middle 1, that fence going up 1, continue this leaf vine in height by 1 on the right side, and carry that one in and 1 towards the back. So the back fence, similar to the front, 1 going up on each side. This fence here can go up 1. And then we will be attaching fence gates to the side to make this line all the way across. So the reason why all of the fence gates here are orange is because they're in the wrong orientation as far as Litematic is concerned. So they'll look fine if I just attach them from this side. It's a weird thing because visually they look the exact same, but they are technically in different block states. Then we're going to attach another leaf on the right side coming towards the middle. I forgot to also turn off the weather. You know, sometimes things pass my mind. In the back, we're going to continue the pillar up, go 2 towards the middle. On the right side, continue the pillar up on the right side, and 1 into the middle. And going up again. Now on the right side, the front leftmost fence, we're going to go up by 1, into the middle 1, then out towards the front, then continue that on towards the middle for 2, continue that towards the back for 2, and then on the left side, we'll be putting 2 more leaves, attached to that middle one more leaf, and attached to that we will put a trap door. On the right side, on that first gate on the right, we'll go up 1 leaf block, 1 towards the back, trapdoor on the bottom attached to that, leaf block to the left, and a leaf block to the right. Now we get the middlemost fences to connect. So we'll increase in height by 1 more fence to the back. On the left side, just the opposite, increase in height by 1 and 1 towards the front instead of towards the back. And then we can attach these gates to each other. We can conveniently attach them by clicking on the leaf blocks below. And when we have no support, we could either add support or attach them to the sides of the previous fence gates. Then the row in the back, we can get by just attaching them to the other row of fence gates. And then starting on the right side, we will increase these leaves in height by 1. Move into the middle, increase in height. Leaf on top of the fences, 4 across. 2 in the back to continue the hanging vines that we have. And then 1 trapdoor on the bottom side with leaves going across to the left. The reason why we have these trapdoors is this is where we are attaching our hanging vines. So those you can just leave and eventually they'll grow down, or if you want to speed it up, you could always bone meal them. And now for our final layer, we'll just be covering up some random spots with more leaves. So on the highest fence in the back right, we'll go up by 1. 1 leaf to the back, 1 leaf to the middle, diagonal towards the front, 2 leaves, 1 towards the middle, diagonal towards the back, diagonal towards the back, directly back, 2 to the left, 1 diagonal to the back. From where we went diagonal, come 1 back towards the front, 2 more to the left with 1 in the middle coming towards the front. And then we have this double diagonal coming off the side. This one's on top of a fence block. This one is on top of an air block. And then we have this double piece across the middle. And that'll be it. You've made your overgrown enchanting table. Again, make sure to throw some bone meal around the outside so it looks a little more grown into the world and not just fully set out apart from everything. But otherwise, this is it. If you liked it, like the video. If you want to see more builds, subscribe. And have a great day regardless.